It's your boy right there.
That's it, Usher.
Yeah. What's going on, James?
I get confused for Usher a lot when I dance.
I'm sure. Like, wait a minute, is that a painfully white man or is that Usher?
If I dance, it might be but it might be at like a wedding or something, and it's it's late, it's towards the end of the wedding, and people always think that I'm like injured and I'm limping or flailing around.
Is that man injured? What's going on, man?
Excited. We got Paul here today from Pro and Local Detailing in West Springfield.
What's going on, Paul?
How you doing?
Thanks for dropping by, my man.
Thanks
Paul's
for having
going
me.
he's going to stop in and tell us a little bit about what he does and what sets him apart from everybody else, and then we're going to answer some detail questions, and then we'll get on to some other auto repair related questions.
So one of the things I learned when you came in here is you detail Steve Nagel's vehicle.
Yep.
Now,
yeah, it is RAV4.
So Paul works for Pro and Local Detailing in West Springfield. You detailed Air Force One?
Yep. It's the original, the 707 Air Force One that Kennedy flew on and Nixon flew on. It's at the museum out in Seattle.
Get out of here! How do you get that job? Okay, first of all, how'd you hear that Air Force One needed to be detailed?
Well, they've been doing it for maybe 15 years now.
Right.
It's a group of detailers that out in California, and they got the contract with Boeing and the Museum of Flight, and it was, back in whenever it was, like 15 years ago, the plane was in really rough shape, especially with Seattle's weather.
Right.
And it's parked outside, so they had to restore it. It was like very faded and chalky looking, and it took them years to get it back to looking how it did when it was new. And now we just maintain it. There's 17 aircraft outside the museum that obviously are too big to fit inside.
Right.
And those are the ones that we take care of. And because I'm in the Detailers Network group, they pick members from their group to help with those projects. And the Air Force One is one of the projects.
How often do you have to do that?
It's once a year.
Once a year, you
Yep.
fly out there and you do all 17 planes, or you guys
Yep.
pick one a
Yeah,
year?
it's a team of 60 guys, and we do all 17 planes.
Wait, I want to believe that with all the resources we have as a country, we can't find a tarp big enough to throw over a plane.
He's got the presidential seal on his sleeve on his work shirt. You see that?
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So when you talk about detailing, it means different things to different people. Inside, outside, what kind of detailing do you do?
We can pretty much do any kind of detailing. It's really what the customer needs and what their goal is with the car and stuff like that. But yeah, we do interior cleaning, like shampooing and stain removal, odor removal.
Awesome.
Exterior cleaning, waxing, protecting, scratch removal, that type of thing.
Okay, our first couple questions kind of are in Paul's wheelhouse, so let's get right to them. You can, by the way, submit your questions at Precision Auto Repair's Facebook page or log on to lazer993.com and do them there. This first one comes from Desiree, who lives in Longmeadow. She drives a Chrysler Pacifica. She's chosen the parish cupboard of West Springfield to donate to, if she does get today's question of the week. Which
Great charity.
Yes.
They're coming on in a couple weeks to talk to us about what they do and how we can help them.
I'm happy to hear that. Desiree writes, I have 2 kids, but the back of my car looks like I have 20. I had my car detailed once before, but it smelled moldy for a while after that. I also park under a large tree, so the paint looks awful. Are there any solutions to spruce up my baby from the spruce tree damage and from the disgustingness, great word there, that my kids made? Her kids are making a mess in her back seat. How would you go after that?
Just a lot of cleaning, a lot of time. Basically, we open up all the doors and use compressed air and get out as much of the car as we can, loosen everything up. And then we use a steam cleaner, which will clean and sanitize everything, start to break up the stains and the kid mess. The reason why the cars smell moldy is because a lot of the other detail shops, they use a hot water extractor, and it's a lot faster of a tool, and that's the reason they use it. They charge a little less, and they get the car done a little quicker, but that extractor puts a lot of water in the carpet, and it doesn't suck all of it up usually. The steam cleaner is just steam vapor, so it's not really that much water. It just kind of it gets a little bit of moisture in the car, but it's mostly kind of dry. and it's a better way to clean stains, and you won't have that water left behind to leave that moldy smell.
Now that sounds similar to what people use for their houses. You can get the steam cleaner, but you can also, basically buy the vacuum that, like you said, just literally injects water into the carpet, then sucks up the dirty water.
Yeah.
But it still leaves it wet like that.
Yeah, yeah. So this, you don't want to put, if you can put no water into the car, that's ideal.
So it wouldn't be best for somebody if they have a steam cleaner with like an upholstery attachment to try to do that at home, because they would get a lot more water in, the foam and everything below the carpet.
Yeah.
And that stuff's not really going to dry out.
You want to keep it as dry as possible. If we can clean it without the steam cleaner, we try that. But you don't want to avoid putting too much water on the upholstery and carpeting.
And what about sap on cars? Is that something that you can go after as well? Because she's got tons of it, clearly.
Yeah. They make different chemicals. We have tree sap remover. It's just a specific chemical. And I'm not a chemist, so I have no idea what
I've seen
what
some
it is,
cars
but
you
it
guys
works.
have done though that look like they need paint jobs in general. Like they're all faded, scratched, and everything, and they'll come out of there looking like the car was repainted. Can you tell us a little more about that?
So if the tree sap, if you have tree sap or bird droppings or anything that's on the paint for a long time, and you don't clean it off soon enough, it could be permanent damage, because the sun will heat it up. It's got nowhere to go but down, so it's going to eat away at the paint, the clear coat, and permanently etch and dig away. So sometimes we can save it, sometimes we can't, and it's what we do to fix those paint jobs that look faded and scratched. It's just called paint correction. So it's just a bunch of compounds and polishes that we use with a polisher, and
Makes it look brand new.
yeah, it's like removing a dead layer of skin on the paint. Like we're using heat friction and letting the chemical do the work, and it's removing a little bit of clear coat to get to to level the paint and get to like a new.
And you could do that in
layer.
some cases as opposed to doing a paint job? Because a paint job is what, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on average?
Yeah, sometimes more. So a lot of paint correction jobs can be $500, $600, $700, $800. So we're knocking off a whole zero off the price, and a lot of paint jobs don't come with protection. We include like a wax or a ceramic coating to protect the paint afterwards from the sun and protect it from fading and looking crappy again.
I've seen a few of these that they've done. It's incredible. They come out looking like brand new.
You're listening to Boys Under the Hood. We're joined by special guests Paul from Pro and Local Detailing in West Springfield. And I'm loving this. When we first started this, it was strictly talking about cars and all the mechanics of it. And James Stevenson's idea was, hey man, I got some buddies in the business who do car care across the board. So that's why Paul's hanging out with us today. I appreciate you hanging out, man.
Thanks for having me.
Mike in Hamden drives a Corvette, and he's chosen Wade's Army as his donation if he gets the question of the week. He starts it out with #Jimbo Stevens for president.
I agree. That's more my vote would go.
Okay, Jamie.
My mom's probably the only person that knows who you're talking about right
sorry. Mike writes, my car is really just meant for nice days, but once in a while I get caught in the rain. The water seems to come off the paint easily, but then I have to always clean all the windows, or I end up seeing where the wipers brushed away the rain. Is there a solution other than Rain-X? It just doesn't seem to last more than a few weeks when I use it. Now, I've used Rain-X, and like the first few days, it's awesome. But then, like he said, a couple weeks later, it almost gives like a smear thing.
I can't see at night with that stuff on there. I don't know if I put it on properly or not, but when I put that Rain-X on there, after like a week or two, I feel like there's a haze.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed
that? Yes,
it's
like when the wiper comes across, it leaves a haze, and then it goes away with the wind, but then it keeps doing it, and it's maddening because it's very effective at first.
I feel like it's dangerous because you can't really see. You know what I mean?
It's doing the opposite.
Yeah, the advantage is supposed to be able to not have to use the wipers. I still end up having to use the wipers, and I get that haze. Do you guys have any other solution for that?
Yeah, we have a product called Glassparency, and we're the only ones in the area that are approved installers to put that on the glass, and it's basically like Rain-X on steroids. It doesn't just wear off after a week or two. It's a glass coating, so the base coat of it soaks into the windshield, like soaks into the pores of the glass, and then the top coat attaches to that, and you let it dry, and then you buff it off. And it comes with a 3-year warranty, and it's on my work van. I put it on half the windshield so I could actually see that it works. You know, it's nothing on the passenger side, glass appearances is on the driver's side. And it's so far, the top coat has held up since December. And
Wow.
It just started to wear off.
Through the winter, with all the ice and everything?
That was my
Yeah.
first thought, through the ice and also the salt.
Yep.
Wow.
And all you have to do is reapply the top coat maybe once or twice a year. And there's no charge for that at all.
So is that something you give them a bottle of? You give the customer a bottle, or they come back to you? It's a full service thing.
I can sign them up on the website, and the company will ship them a kit to do it themselves, or they can bring it to me and I can do it.
Oh, get out of here!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is so cool. So you basically get the starter package, and then you take care of them forever.
Yeah, for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Paul, what's something like that cost?
Usually it's we have a promo right now. It's normally $150 for the windshield because it lasts 3 years. Right now it's only $100.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is, because Rain-X, like I said, at first you're like, wow, this is really cool how it runs off. It's almost like you're on hallucinogens, the way you just kind of...
You got a lot of experience with that.
Yeah. Earlier today. So, Paul, I appreciate you dropping by, man, and congratulations on doing the Air Force One gig.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
That's going to open doors for you anyway.
Yeah.
Paul from Local Detailing in West Springfield. Paul from Pro and Local Detailing in West Springfield. Sorry, it's those hallucinogens. We'll be right back with more.
Now, Boys Under the Hood with James Stevenson and Pat Kelly.
You like that dance move?
I'm a big Little John fan. Get you amped.
So let's talk about your dance moves, James. You mentioned earlier that you've been mistaken for Usher.
I've got the only dancing.
Can you do like the Running Man? You got any of that going? Can you do like the start the mower?
I'm a shopping cart guy.
Yeah,
Grab the
right.
items, you put them in the cart.
Right.
Yeah, I can do a lot of that.
That's good. That's a real talent. Wow. Welcome back to Boys Under the Hood. James Stevenson from Precision Auto Repair comes in this time just about every Tuesday. We're just joined by Paul from Pro and Local Detailing in West Springfield. You got to get detailing done. Talk to Paul. The guy detailed Air Force One. I think that's enough credentials. I'll stop right there. So we're answering your car care questions. Before I get to that, I want to mention, and I hope you knew I was going to bring this up. You were doing a very special brake promotion. Part of the money went to benefit the Springfield Habitat for Humanity to help build homes for people who need them.
Yeah, Brakes for Homes.
Brakes for Homes. You raised over $1,150 for this, and you donated that.
Yeah, we donated all of it. It goes to a great cause, and we wish you could have done more, but we felt like that was a great number. Our goal was only 1,000, so we beat that, which is really, really nice.
Very well done, my man.
Yep.
We are also asking you, we for a while there we were giving out a $25 gift card to Precision Auto Repair, but I guess a couple of weeks ago we started, you basically pick the organization you would like to donate to. We've got several organizations that you can choose, and we're going to donate $25 to that organization for the question of the week.
Right, yeah, so as people, as you submit your questions online on the website, you can pick from one of 3 different charities that we are donating to at that time, and if you're picked for question of the week, that $25 that we would normally give you, we just make a donation in your name to that charity, which is really awesome.
It's Boys Under the Hood. You can submit your car care questions at the Precision Auto Repair Facebook page, precisionautorepair.biz, or lazer993.com. They're all over the place. Just send the questions into us. We'll answer them, okay? I don't care if you have to send like a homing pigeon to us. We'll get that question on the air for you.
Get the pigeons.
I'm getting mad because
Game of Thrones pigeons. How do those pigeons always know where to go? The rave. Send a raven.
I
How do they know where to go?
I want one of those.
Yeah.
It's important questions we tackle here on Boys Under the Hood. I don't even know how I have a job. Carmelo in Springfield drives a Honda Accord. Carmelo's chosen the parish cupboard of West Springfield. Carmelo is experiencing buzzing, humming originating somewhere in the front end of the vehicle. The humming and buzzing only occurs when pressure is applied to the gas pedal. Usually starts when the car is moving at least 20 miles an hour. Once pressure is no longer being applied to the pedal, the sound stops. What's going on?
Carmelo, I can give you the real technical answer. I have no clue. A noise, noises are very difficult to diagnose without actually hearing them, feeling them. While the description is great, that's just a difficult one. What I can tell you is how to figure that out. right? So while I can't diagnose it without actually hearing it, feeling it, knowing it, you know, it's a very simple thing to figure out. Precision, we offer something called a Precision Quick 10. So there's really no obligation to it or anything. You get to go for a ride with a master tech. They'll verify what you're talking about, and then we kind of will let you know if it's going to be something minor or major, because sometimes, you know, you could have a real loud noise and it's just maybe a metal shield rattling on something and you think a wheel is falling off the car, or it could just be a little rattle but it ends up being something major. So you know, for anybody, new customers, existing customers, we take about maybe 10 minutes or so with that customer, drive the car with them, verify the issue, and then in most cases just take a quick peek at it. It's not always going to diagnose all your issues or anything like that, but it's designed to give you peace of mind. So what I can tell you, Carmelo, is just give the shop a call, and we can get you in, do one of those quick 10s, and if it requires more time, we can kind of cross that bridge when we get there. But it sounds like something we'll be able to at least dial in those few minutes.
Quick 10 minutes and get a look at it.
Precision Quick 10, yeah.
So do people ever call you up and they're like, hey, James, my car's going like, did they ever try to make the sounds over the phone like that? And
sometimes. So the women, we find women customers are much more descriptive than men customers. So women will give you a much better description. In a lot of cases, the more information they give you, the better.
Right.
You know, because the goal is to duplicate the issue so that we can properly diagnose it. Nothing's worse than somebody saying, well, it's just making a noise. We drive the car, we hear some type of a noise, say from struts or something, and you replace struts, and then they say, well, it's this other pulley noise or something that, you know what I mean, that you didn't actually hear, or a noise that's not even anything that needs to be repaired, you know? So we just wouldn't want anything like that to happen. So it's always important for us, at least, to take that Precision Quick 10 ride with the customer and try to verify that noise with them.
You're listening to Boys Under the Hood. I'm joined by James Stevenson from Precision Auto Repair in West Springfield. We're taking car care questions. You can log on to James's Facebook page. It's Precision Auto Repair. Just search it. You'll find it. Log on to lazer993.com. You can drop your question there as well. Beth in Westfield is driving a Nissan Maxima, and she's chosen the Greater Springfield Habitat for Humanity.
Awesome.
That is a great cause. I'm so happy to hear that you raised that money too, man.
You know, the Habitat is, too, just one of the things I learned yesterday. They're building a house. They're calling it the Tommy House for Thomas Sullivan, and they're going to start building the house. I believe they're having the kickoff next Wednesday at Nathan Bill's.
Oh, that's really
so
cool.
next Wednesday night. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
There have been times that I've been to Nathan Bill's, and I'll get up the next morning and I'll be wearing like one sock and my watch, like, but just those two items. And I'll have to give a call to Joe, and I'm like, man, you need to help me put this together because I don't know where my underpants are. I should probably stop that story right now. You're listening to Boys Under the Hood. Let's give the question here.
Do you end up finding your underpants?
Sometimes. In the tree.
It's expensive. How to get up there?
How the
slingshot.
So Beth, she says her cars are really bouncy. Mine used to be in high school on Saturday nights. My car is really bouncy, and I have a little bit of a rattling noise when I hit little bumps. The shop says that I have one bad strut, but need both front struts and stabilizer bar links because those will break when they take them off. I don't know what that means. Can you help me out there in a sec? My husband's friend. Okay, this is going left. My husband's friend says it's not true, and that I can just replace the one bad strut, and he can do the alignment using string. Does this make sense? I feel like they're pranking me. Now I know for a fact that you don't use string at Precision Auto Repair to do alignment.
No, we have like a special machine. There's like lasers and all kinds of
what's
crazy
he talking
stuff.
about with that?
I don't know. I mean, there's like an old school way of aligning vehicles using string. It's not accurate at all. I mean, what's more accurate? Some guy laying a string around the front of the tires? Like, I've never honestly done it. I've seen guys try to do it years and years ago. It was never accurate. We have like an alignment machine. You put these special heads on the tires. There's lasers that line the thing up within, fractions of an inch.
And there's settings. You tell it what the vehicle is. How does that go?
Yeah, you tell it what the vehicle is, and every vehicle it has certain specs. Right. So there are certain measurements. So what I can tell you about an alignment is that, one, if it's off, it can throw off gas mileage. It can change ride quality dramatically. It'll destroy your tires. and sometimes very quickly. Sometimes, over time, like, it creates a whole myriad of issues. And driving in New England, alignments fail frequently. You can have an alignment done and you can pull out of the parking lot, hit something really hard, and then shift that out really quickly. So, you always want to get your alignment checked once a year. You don't want to use a piece of string. Sorry, Beth, you're the friend of the friend or whatever, he's wrong. That you don't want to use a piece of string. Tires are expensive. Alignments aren't all that, expensive. Just have that done right. So what they're talking about, the struts just sound bad, right? So you might have one that's weak, one that's bad or blown out or whatever the issue is here. It's bouncy. Even though one is maybe making noise, you really want to do those in sets, especially if the vehicle is really bouncy, because they've both been on the vehicle since they were new. They're both worn at the same rate. If one's bad, you replace one. It kind of makes the vehicle ride funny. You know what I mean? Because now you got one stiff one, and then you've got one that's really pat.
You're the one that said it. Well, but it's similar to.
You start turning red, like.
It's similar to if you have a hole in one of your shoes, you don't go out and buy one shoe.
You don't buy one sneaker.
Right.
No, you put two struts on, and then on your vehicle, there's something called stabilizer bar links, and they're hooked up to the strut. So depending on the year of the vehicle, sometimes when you remove those, you can destroy those joints. So one may have a little bit of play or no play or anything like that, and once you start taking that nut off, there's a little joint in there, and it begins to spin. Pat is just turning red over there with all of these.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
So when you start to remove that link, sometimes the thing spins. Some vehicles you can kind of hold it in place, other ones it just spins off. So you're already more or less removing it. It's going to be a tighter, better job to just do both struts, put those nice new links on there. That's going to eliminate that rattle, and it actually makes it feel a lot of times like a totally different car. You don't realize how bad your struts are because they just progressively get worse. Then all of a sudden you replace them and they're brand new and nice and tight feel. It changes that around. So between that and then a proper alignment, not an alignment using string, I think you're going to be in good shape. So I don't know if they're serious or what, but that is terrible advice if they're telling you that they can align it with string and just to replace one. Like, the only benefit to that would just be cost savings, but in the long run, you're going to end up replacing that strut again. The other one, right? So
right.
The one that you haven't replaced, you're going to end up replacing those links, and you're also going to end up having to buy a new set of tires, and after you buy those tires, you're going to have to do a proper alignment. So just avoid all that now, fix it properly, and that way you don't have to mess with it again.
You're listening to Boys Under the Hood. James Stevenson from Precision Auto Repair joins us in here right around this time every Tuesday. I'd like to continue with the thought on struts and on the stabilizer bar. Some preventive maintenance. Stay out of East Long Meadow entirely. Because what they like to do here is we have potholes that are like 3 feet deep. So what they do is they like to put the coal patch on it to cover the hole. And so they put the coal patch on it, and then the winter comes, and then the plow guys rip up the coal patch. And then in the springtime, they put the coal patch back in the hole.
Yeah.
The plowers rip it up, they put it back in, the plowers rip it up, they put it back in, the plowers rip it up, they put it back in. So.
Kind of like my wife picks up the toys in the house, and then the kids put the toys back out, and then she picks up the toys again,
Right.
and then they put the toys back out. It's the same thing.
Exact
Just
same
different.
thing.
One is much more costly than the other.
You're listening to Boys Under the Hood. James Stevenson from Precision Auto Repair. We got a very special guest here in the studio today to talk about a very good cause, and this is one of the nonprofits that we're trying to benefit here with our broadcast. Andrew Romeo from CrossFit Revelation. What's going on, my man?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
Step on up to that mic.
Sure.
Sorry about that. I'm doing great. I want to mention before we even talk about this, your place is awesome.
Thank you.
I went to your gym a couple of weeks ago, and I know that James raves about it, loves it.
Yeah, I've been going there for 6 years or something like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Before we talk about Wade's Army, I want to talk about CrossFit Revelation. How long have you been doing it?
We've been there for about 8.5 years now. So November of 2009.
So what is your approach to fitness? I know a lot of people like to just join a gym.
Sure.
What's your approach? How is it different?
My approach, we try to create a community. So we have a community of like-minded individuals, and within that community, I try to resonate with each individual and try to help you towards your specific goal. So when you come into me, your goal isn't the same as James's goal. James's goal isn't the same as someone else's goal. So I try to work with each one of my clients, make sure we get what you want. I mean, you're coming in here, putting in the hard work, I want to make sure that you walk away with a product that you want to walk away with.
Now, is it by appointment? Is it like one-on-one? How are the actual sessions, the training sessions go?
Yeah, initially it is one-on-one. So initially you contact the gym, you give me a call, send me an email, you come in, you'll meet with me. I've been in this industry for a long time. We'll go through your goals, we'll go through your limitations, what do we need to work on. After that initial assessment, we'll come up with a game plan. Are you more suited for personal training? Are you good to go for classes? Are you looking for more athletic development stuff? What direction do you want to go in? And then we put you in that direction and we make it happen.
The name of the business is CrossFit Revelation. Rome's in here to talk about Wade's Army. Tell us about Wade's Army and why it's a good thing.
Yeah, so Wade's Army. I guess before we get into Wade's Army, we should talk about what does Wade's Army fund? It's neuroblastoma. So neuroblastoma is a type of pediatric cancer. It's the most common cancer for infants. Typically, kids are diagnosed by the age of 22 months. So if you think about 22 months, I mean, kid's not even potty trained at that point. I have 2 young kids myself. This is why it really resonates home with me. Fortunate enough, my kids are healthy. But it's one of those things that it's an underfunded disease that these guys are really, Wade's Army is really trying to make a difference, and they're really trying to help families and help the progression of treatment for this disease. And something that I could really get on board with and stand behind.
So this organization helps with money and treatment and family support?
Yeah, actually it does. It's actually multiple-sided of the way they support this disease. So if you went on their website and you want to make a donation, they'll give you 3 options of how to donate. You could either try to fund a phase 1 clinical study, which is typically smaller studies for children that have somewhat exhausted the traditional medicine approach. 2, they will directly fund financial support a family that's battling this disease. So so there's not very many treatment centers in the United States. A story is, there's a family in Alaska, there's no treatment centers in Alaska. They literally helped relocate this family, I think, to Tennessee to help them treat their daughter. And you think about that, if you had to move your life, you have to leave your job, you have to find new housing, you have to get cars. So they help with this process, and they make it as easy as possible, or easy as it can be for someone that's really battling something as horrific as neuroblastoma. And the third option would be funding administration costs, helping the charity keep running. No one's pulling a salary from this charity. It's more keep this website up and running, mailing stuff out, all the administrative stuff that comes with running a charity or running a business that no one really sees.
Rome, what's one of the things that you're doing for Wade's Army in the near future?
Oh, that's right. We talked about this a little bit. You're going to
Yeah.
do an event at the gym or
Yes.
something along those lines.
So June 16th, it'll be down at Sunny's in Somers, Connecticut.
Love that place.
Yes,
That place is a lot of fun, right?
Awesome spot.
It
Great
is.
people.
This will be our 2nd year. So it's the CFR Charity Row, powered by USA Hauling and Recycling. What we really try to do is raise money for a charity that our board decides that we want to fund that year. Last year we went to MS, the MS Society. We raised $12,000 and we donated all 12,000 of it to the MS Society.
That's awesome.
This year we're kind of taking on another multiple-sided approach. So the proceeds from registration, our goal is $15,000. We're trying to get it all to go towards Wade's Army. After the event, it's kind of think golf tournament. There's a lunch. The lunch is sponsored by your truly Precision Auto Repair. James is our lunch sponsor for this year.
Wait, how long were you going to keep that a secret?
We sponsor stuff.
James is like, we sponsor stuff. All right, well, good.
So James is sponsoring this lunch, and what we're doing with the lunch is we're going to have a raffle. So if anybody wants to donate any type of prizes to the raffle, we've had people donate Patriots tickets, restaurant gift cards. I'm donating a month to my gym, things like that. We'll take whatever donations you have.
Any listeners that are that own a business or anything that would like to help donate any raffle prizes for this event too? I mean, there's a great, it's a big turnout. We did it last year and it was awesome.
Absolutely. So with the raffle, the money that we raise from the raffle is actually going to go to a local family in Enfield. I won't name their name right now, but it's going to go to a local family in Enfield that is battling neuroblastoma. So their family's currently in the middle of their battle. They are fighting this fight every day, and we're going to try to donate all the money we raise from this raffle, 100% of it, to them. So 2 sides of this. You're doing a lot of good for the world. You're putting a lot of good out there. Ways to donate to the row if you go to crowdrise.com, search CFR Charity Row, you'll find us. Crowdrise.com/CrossFit Revelations Charity Row will bring you right to our link. Crowdrise really created an awesome website. There's a button that says donate. You donate. It's share on Facebook. Click the button that says share on Facebook.
We can make that a lot easier too. So we'll put that right up on our website, so we'll put that up on Facebook, and then we'll put it up on the page from today, right on our. So it'll be on our homepage.
I'll share that
Make it a
on
lot
mine, too.
easier.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So let's talk more about this, because
Yeah.
we can talk more about this going forward after today.
Sure.
Because we've got time to
Absolutely.
drum it up for you. I appreciate the work that you're doing.
Thanks, man. It's honestly, we just try to put some good out back to the world. People need help with this. So the row itself, the idea is, yes, we're bringing everybody together for one event, but I really hope this kind of spider webs out where we're raising awareness. And James is actually playing a huge part of that by putting Wade's Army as one of the donation options. Just by more people being aware of the charity, more people being able to hear about it and know, hey, if I'm going to make my yearly donation somewhere, I mean, this is an official 501c3 non-for-profit. You get your tax write-off number. You can write it off your taxes.
So when people, when you ask your questions throughout the week, I mean, we get a ton of questions, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback about the other charities that we're donating to. This is why you should consider Wade's Army. It is going to help a family in Enfield, and we're going to donate whatever people pick, or however many people pick.
Yeah.
We'll donate it right over. So we'll get that link up on our website too.
Yeah, I mean, some scary facts about neuroblastoma. One child dies every 16 hours. So if you think about that, one a day.
Wow.
One a day from this disease, and we're just trying to do our part to help battle that.
That's awesome.
Nice work, man.
Thank you.
We'll be talking more about that after today.
That marathon row is also no joke. Like, that is, if you think that you are fit, hop on one of these Concept 2 rowers and try to row a marathon. And you're only rowing a fraction of the marathon because you have teams. So you can, even if you don't want to ask a question, or you want to do more, you can get a team together.
Yeah,
and you
absolutely.
can, if you're listening, you like rowing, or you go to some other gyms, or you just think you're fit, this is a test. Get 4 or 5 people together and sit down on one of these rowers for a few hours. It is grueling.
I agree. I mean, I invite anybody out there that wants to come row in this event. On that website that we mentioned, you can register for the event. You can form a team. Teams of 5. You're rowing, I think it's 42,000 something meters. So it's a full marathon. Teams of 5, divide it any way you want. James rowed it last year. I rowed it last year. It's brutal. It's brutal, but again,
it's for a good cause.
It's for a good
right?
cause, and we speak about it beforehand, and we work as a group, and we work as a team, so you're motivated through the day to be like, okay, people are going through way worse than what I'm going through right now. I can suck this up and get this done.
Right.
And there's everybody around you suffering. It's a bunch of group suffering.
The people at Sunny's have a great venue too. They're very supportive.
What a
Water,
blast.
oranges, all kinds of stuff, and then afterwards the lunch. If you want a drink or something, the people at Sunny's are really, really great and allowing
Yes.
to put this on over there every year.
And you do not have to participate in the row to participate in the raffle. So if you want to come to the raffle and donate to the raffle, buy raffle tickets, you don't have to row. That's not a requirement. You can just come, spend some money, and donate some money.
Watch some people try to kill themselves on a rower.
All right, let's give out the $25 gift card, or the
Awesome.
$25 donation, I should say. And I'm not just saying this because Rome's here, but I think we got to give it to Wade's Army. We got to give it to Mike because he started out his question with hashtag Jimbo Stevens for president. I had it at that.
How do you get somebody on the ballot for president? Like, I feel like you got to get a couple signatures. We got enough in this room. You only got to get 4 or 5.
I don't know. You got to walk around the neighborhood and say hi. Hi, I'm Pat. Sign here.
Sounds good. I'm in.
Yeah, $25.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Rome, thanks for hanging out. Paul, thanks for hanging out too, man.
Thanks.
Paul's just decided to hang out for the rest of it.
Paul's hanging out. Yeah, great tips though.
And
Great
James,
tips.
again, nice job for the $1,154.60
And 60
for the
cents.
Springfield Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
Huge, huge. It's Boys Under the Hood. We will be back again, Chris Jericho impersonation, next Tuesday after 8.